Hello, everybody. It's time for
Hello.
New Lunar Radio. I'm your host, J-Brony. With me, as the norm as to dictate, Darkle.
What really is normal these days?
Everybody's spying on everybody.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So we were off for a week,
Mm-hmm. And
and
whose fault is that?
that would be my fault.
Yep.
And the reason being is I went to the Bronycons
Oh no.
with our friends Skippy and Tonic, also known as Sin Tonic. The creators of the show,
Mm-hmm.
the guys who said you and Darkle come do the show while we
Yep.
sit back and reap the benefits.
Mm-hmm. I think we should form a union.
A union,
Yes. A
pod,
union.
podcasting, a pony podcasting union. We can invite all the most prestigious pony podcasters to join our union.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
When
Well,
we refuse to do any podcasts until our living conditions are better.
right. Until they're improved
Mm-hmm.
significantly.
Yep.
So, I think this is the point of the show where I want to try to remember things that happened at Bronycon, but
Were you
it's
doing a lot of drugs at the time?
no. See, this thing is I'm not great at remembering things, and I spent more time having fun with friends than like writing things down in a journalistic manner. So
So you're bad at journalism?
I would say that I might be bad at at journalizing or editorializing my personal experiences, but I'm going to try.
Uh-oh.
So I got there early on Thursday with my friend, and we'll just he has no name. He's just my friend. So for the auspices of this podcast, he is just my friend and
A friend, eh?
a friend,
What
travel
type of friend?
travel companion, all around good dude that is cool and likes the Pones and wanted to go to Bronycon and shared a hotel with me. So, that was less money than it would have been otherwise. So we got there early on Thursday, stood in a ginormous line to get our badges, which luckily there wasn't anything con-wise going on Thursday. Because if we had been like Sin and Tonic, we would have had to stand in line and miss half of the con on Friday. So luckily we spent an hour and a half, maybe two, in the line, but we did get our badges, and then pretty much we didn't do much other than that. So
So why'd the line take so long?
just they announced at the end of the con that there was over 8,000 people,
Mm-hmm.
and they only had a handful of people handing out badges. So,
Lovely.
it seemed to be about a group of 10 people, but there was only one station per every two people because one person was taking the ID and the other person was like printing out the sticker to go on the badge because
So they didn't have those preprinted?
they didn't have them pre-printed, and they were getting names on them. So unlike things like the PAX badge that I got, like when I went to PAX, where they pre-mail them out, the PAX badges, all they have is a number on them. You don't have like a customized name on them or anything like that.
Yep.
I think a better solution might have been like
Fill out a form online, get them mailed to you beforehand.
that would be the ultimate best solution, but the better solution on hand would have been go up, get a badge, and then just have a table full of like stickers or like individual things that you can stick on to your badge that people could write their names on, and if they wanted to, because then that way the only thing that you have to do that's, you know, like you just walk up, give them your name, and then you get a badge, and then you walk away. Like you don't have to wait for somebody to print out or write down your name or anything like that. So I don't know if that would help it, but honestly, the best way to handle it, if they're going to continue to grow, is probably just start mailing the badges. Most cons and events will say, well, if we mail the badges, then they'll get counterfeited. And it's like, PAX has been mailing every single one of their badges since forever. And I've seen some of the counterfeits that come out of cons like PAX and stuff like that. They don't look very good. Because honestly, think about it this way, or at least in my opinion, the most expensive part for most people for going to the con is travel and
hotel,
lodging, right? I spent way more on that than I did on the badge for the con. The badge for the con was only $70.
Well, then you'll have people also start counterfeiting the travel and lodging.
But that's not the convention's problem. And also impossible. So,
what do you mean impossible? I hold out a thumb and then I counterfeited travel.
No, you obtained travel, not counterfeited. You didn't
for free. It's the same end result.
Who said that it was free? Maybe you had to pay with your body, but to make a good counterfeit that like matches the badge, you have to get a badge to like look at it and scan it and stuff like that, and to get it printed on like the same like cardstock and stuff like that doesn't, for a one-off, it's not that cheap. So in the long run, you should just scan. You should, in the long run, if you're gonna do that, if you're gonna go to those lengths, you might as well just buy one. I mean, especially at like Bronycon, where it's like they had them for sale at the door, like.
Right.
So. All right. Next up, Friday. Went to the voice actors panel, the first one. Michelle Krieber was there. Maddie Peters, I think. Yeah, it was her, I think. Nicole Oliver, Kathy Westluck, and Lee Tokar were the ones that were there for the voice actors panel. And people asked a bunch of good questions. Nothing real like season 4. The first thing that they said when they came out on stage is can't talk about any unaired material and stuff like that. So, and they pretty artfully dodged any questions that could have alluded to anything that was season 4 related. So ultimately, just kind of, if you want a question for question recap, you guys can always go on to Equestria Daily and grab that. That's nothing new or spoilerific there. Trying to remember what else I did on Friday. Not a whole lot. Went to the Friendship is Witchcraft panel, which they played the new episode 9 of Friendship is Witchcraft, aka One Big Blind Joke. It was good. I enjoyed it. Then again, I have to. It seems every time I like say that I like something, I feel like I have to disclaimer that like this didn't change my mind about the series. I've always liked Friendship is Witchcraft. This is a unique fandom in that I have to say that I feel more than anything else. Like, oh, I liked that. Well, did you like Friendship? Why does it matter if I liked the series as a whole? But yes, I do enjoy Friendship is Witchcraft. So some people don't, and I understand that, and that's okay. But you should really stop. You should really stop being sourpusses and just have some fun.
What?
So I actually had to say that a couple of times to some people at the con, because the running gag for this year was that people would just randomly start shouting "fun" in the Pinkie Pie style from season 3, Too Many Pinkies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, fun, 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 like that.
Fun.
Yeah, exactly.
Fun.
I found that people were way too. They had too many Jimmys rustled by said fun chant, and I had to remind them that, you know, hey, not to be punny, but this, you are here to have fun, and it's just a con. So
Why would anyone get upset about random fun?
I don't know. These people they're people. I don't understand sometimes, but whatever. What was another Friday continues on, just hanging out, doing stuff with friends, and get to Bronypalooza. Which is the music concert event thing at the end of the day. And I went in, saw DB Pony. He was a guest on the show a couple of months ago, and he rocked the house. And some of the other musicians didn't really catch my interest after that. And then eventually they moved into electronic, and I kind of after Laser Pony's show kind of got cut short after he was having some technical difficulties, I kind of said, I think I'm going to head back to the hotel room. So turns out that I missed a whole bunch of stuff when I left. Oh, no. I missed them. Due to jumping, they were like bending the girders in the floor.
Really?
Yeah. And I guess like they had to they ended the show early. I know that much, but they pretty much were they were causing noise disturbances up to a mile away, and I guess there was a earthquake meter in the basement of the convention center, and it hit a 1.6 on the Richter scale.
So what you're saying is they reenacted the plot of Ocean's 13?
Pretty much. And that also leads into Saturday's Brony Palooza, because
did you rob a casino?
No, we did not rob a casino.
And I don't see how it leads into.
Oh, well, I didn't see that movie, so you know.
What? But you said pretty much, which means you acknowledge the joke there.
I was rolling with it, man.
What? Fun.
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 Fun. So
okay.
I've know the premise of Ocean's 13, but I haven't ever watched the movie before. So
have you seen any of the Ocean movies?
Yes, I've seen Ocean's 11, the first one with George Clooney. What's that?
You haven't seen the reboots?
No, the original, the first reboot, the first one.
Okay.
Yeah. Not the one with Frank Sinatra. Not that one. I have not seen that one.
Okay.
But
you should watch 12 and 13.
Well, I don't. Maybe I will.
Maybe you should, because you should.
Well, okay
Fun.
then. Fun. The on Saturday there was a moratorium put on jumping, so there was no jumping allowed, and at threat of canceling the rest of the concert. So there was no jumping, of which people took offense to, but it seems like a lot of people had lots of fun regardless of whether or not they were allowed to be jumping. Anyways, Saturday during the day, went to, what other panels did I go to? Went to the writers panel in the morning. That was pretty good. Once again, if you want the breakdown question per question, you can hit Equestria Daily. They did a pretty good job, and really only something that you can do if you're sitting there typing at the computer the whole time, which I wasn't really interested in doing. And they didn't really touch on much about season 4. It was who was there? It was M.A. Larson and Kathy Westluck. No, she's not a writer. Crap, I can't remember her name.
Oh no.
Fudge.
Kathy Fudge.
Kathy Fudge.
Yeah, I'll go with it.
What was her name? I can't even remember. Amy Keating Rogers. That's it. Amy Keating Rogers, M.A. Larson, and finally, it was who else was there? It was G.M. Barrow. She writes the books, the standalone like little novelettes and stuff like that. So they talked about it. It was most interesting that I found out, since I'd never read any of the books, that there's lots of neat references and stuff in there, and that it was pretty much relayed to us that if you haven't read the books, you should read the books.
I've read the books. I thought you haven't read the books.
No, I haven't read the books. I've read the comics, but not the books.
The books, they're pretty well written, but some of the puns just made me go. I would throw this like across the room, but it's on my laptop and I don't want it in my laptop.
Right. One person I did forget to mention for the voice actors panel was Brenda Critchlow. She's Zikora's voice actor, so I wanted to mention that. The other major thing that I did on Saturday was hit up the I can't believe it's not
Butter?
Ponies the Anthology 3, which
Butter?
a lot of people I think were confused. No, not Butter. I think what a lot of people were confused at is that last year at Bronycon they put out Ponies the Anthology 2.
Yeah.
So I think a lot of people thought that this was going to be Ponies the Anthology 3, even though the description and the name pretty much says that it's not going to be.
Fun.
So what they did was they showed a demo reel of some of the stuff that they have coming up in it, and it looks pretty good. Looks pretty funny.
What?
Yeah, some good references in there. Got most of the references when they played them. They had some Aqua Teen Hunger Force references in there, which I was happy to see, and stuff like that. So that was good. What else did I go see? Fun. Nothing else really on Saturday. That was more the hang out with friends and go to dinner and stuff kind of day. So not really. Yeah. And then of course Bronypalooza. I was around for a couple more musical acts for that one, but at the end of the day, my legs were giving out on me, so I went back to the room and slept. On Sunday, more fun was had.
What? This is way too much fun.
On Sunday, actually got up and ended up watching the entirety of the Bronies React panel for no other reason of there wasn't really anything else going on that I wanted to do. So went to the Bronies React panel, and that was like, it's like Saber Spark and AC Race Beast and Black Griffin and a bunch of other people from the fandom. Soul Rack, which are the previous incarnations of us interviewed on this show. So yes, go back on our YouTube channel. YouTube.
So what you're saying is we're like the Doctor.
We are like the Doctor, in that New Lunar Radio regenerated and out became us. So
Now it's new Lunar Radio.
yeah,
It's so new.
it's so new. It's
New Lunar Radio.
right. The but yes, Soul Rack interview. You can go back on the New Lunar Radio YouTube. Check that out. newlunarradio.com or youtube.com/New Lunar Radio. User/New Lunar Radio. You know how YouTube works. Just use a search bar. It's fine. Fun. Then up next after that was a panel called Andy, Katie, and Heather Oh My. And that was the panel for the official comic. With Heather Breckle, the colorist. Katie Cook, the writer of one of the writers. This is Katie Cook and Andy Price. They were the writers and artists for the first arc, the Chrysalis arc, the Return of Chrysalis arc, the Rarity Micro, and the newest arc, the newest two mini arcs that are starting. Big Mac, the Big Mac arc that just started with issue 9, and the Cadence and Shining Armor arc that's starting with issue 11. So, yes, they are. That was, in my opinion, that was the best panel because I like those people. They're pretty cool. And after tweeting a picture of the panel from my seat, Heather Breckle followed me on Twitter for some reason. So, hey! So,
are we haying?
I don't know, because, that was cool that she followed me on Twitter, I guess. I don't know.
Oh.
I thought it was cool, so there. Anyways, rest of Sunday was a pretty relaxed day. Went for closing ceremonies at the end of the day, and, just kind of hung out, all sprinkled through there. I went to the vendor hall, got some cool swag, some stuff like that, and I got a picture of Cheerly drawn by UC77, my favorite artist, and then signed by Nicole Oliver, the voice actress of Cheerly, and Celestia as well. So, if you want to be so formal about it. I mean, I don't really care about that other princess pony, but whatever. So, yeah. Any, I know I just kind of did a quick skim overview, but any questions about what happened in Bronycon, Darkle? Help jog my memory, I guess.
Nope. No questions.
No questions at all? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
You don't get questions.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll move on to some news. First up, as I was able to see in the vendors hall, there was copies of Equestria Girls on DVD for sale in the vendors hall. There was even Blu-rays for sale, but they sold out pretty fast, and I did not buy a copy of the DVD. And yes, so Equestria Girls is on DVD. Go ahead and pick it up at the outlet of your choice. Walmart, Amazon, those things. So yeah. And speaking of Equestria Girls, creepy? Did you see the picture of the creepy costumes?
That reminds me of that live action musical we got a while ago.
Oh, with
creepy
them?
Costumes, yeah.
So yeah, there's this photo, and their faces are super creepy because, well, they're in permanent smiles. And yeah, I mean, the wigs aren't bad. The clothes aren't bad. They're wearing like bodysuits for the skin coloring and stuff, but the faces, man. Oh God, the faces.
They look like they want to eat your soul.
I know, and based on the other signage that I've seen from other angles of this shot, it seems to be something like maybe in Mexico or Spain or something like that. There's lots of Spanish on the signs with no sign of like it being like a multilingual thing. It looks like just Spanish. So
So we're saved.
maybe so. But they could, if it's in Mexico, they could easily cross the border.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh god! Stay out of America. Maybe we could put them on the border facing Mexico, and nobody will come. There wouldn't be anybody who would want to come here anymore. Oh.
No, that looks like some sort of musical that they had.
Yeah, I remember the thing that you're talking about. The one where it's obviously somebody like standing up with a giant head on the top half of their body, and then like
The back half just
the back half is just dangling. Yeah, it's just dangling lifelessly on the and they're having to like. The thing is they're trying to like dance around and move their hips a lot to make like the back legs go, but it just looks really weird and awkward. So
Yep.
yeah, I know what you're talking about there, but ugh. So earlier I was talking about YouTube, but it looks like there's new pony Easter eggs on YouTube.
And there's a bunch of them.
There is indeed a bunch of them. So if you go onto YouTube right now and type in, say, Twilight...
A pony.
Yeah. The name of a pony. Say, Rainbow Dash, Derpy Hooves, Trixie, Princess Luna, Pinkie Pie, Twilight Sparkle, Lyra, stuff like that. Even Dr. Hooves. You'll get a special... the banner that the search bar is in will turn a special color. And you'll get your search results of said pony as well. So,
but it's not complete.
What's that?
It's not complete. They don't have Daylight Darkle, so they obviously need to get on their game.
This is right. They do need to get Daylight Darkle. You need to be specific though when you're doing it. So like Princess Luna and Princess Celestia instead of just Luna and Celestia, stuff like that. Another thing that you can do is you can type in, I believe, ponies. Or My Little Pony.
My Little Pony.
Yeah. Either of those will get the same result. And in the search results for the videos, little ponies will run back and forth. Kind of like the Google Hangouts Easter egg, if you've seen that before. So, yeah. Neat little YouTube things. I don't know if it's just for the YouTube Geek Week thing that's going on until...
I sure hope so.
Until the end of today, or if it's, permanent thing. So but yeah, check that out on YouTube if you can. It's pretty neat, pretty cool. Hopefully it sticks around. Obviously somebody at the Googles is pretty hung up on the ponies because, well, this is the second pony Easter egg in 2 different products that Google maintains. So and the next thing up, it's something that did happen at Bronycon, but I was not personally there to witness it, so I wanted to save it to the actual news part. And that is, my prayers have been answered, Darkle.
Your prayers have been answered?
My prayers have been answered. You know how I always complained about the cards not having like any purpose, like the collectible trading cards and stuff, like not having a purpose at all? Well, the same people that make the trading cards, the collectible cards, Interplay, are making a collectible card game. Woo!
Ooh, oh.
Were you saying boo or
what?
woo?
What? Said, oh.
What?
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 Fun!
Fun! Fun!
Fun!
Fun!
Fun!
So, yeah, Interplay is making a collectible card game. with a totally different new set of cards. So the existing trading cards are still entirely worthless, as discussed before, other than for trading purposes, as it were. So, but it's looking to be pretty cool. I guess the premise is instead of fighting each other, you'll be fighting, like, you'll be working to solve problems faster than the other person.
Oh.
So,
Oh.
like, you won't be working together. It'll still be a versus game, but
Right.
you're trying to solve problems, probably in the way of similar to like so many like you put so many problems on the board, and you need so many things and MacGuffins and ponies to solve said problems. So,
Have you seen the mock-up image of one of the cards?
yes, I have seen the mock-up image of what
You know what? You know what I don't get
was that?
about that mock-up image? I'm looking at it right now.
What's that?
I'll link it to you, so you can link it to the chat. Bam. It says Lyra, Heartstrings, and Bonbon at the top of that.
Yeah.
But then look at the card.
I know it's Zecora. And it says Zebra Friend. So, that was a mark. Yeah, I'm seeing here in the chat, and our friend DJ Allegro, who was there, said that the text was there for mock-up purposes. You should more look towards the card for just design.
I know, but it wouldn't have been hard to change Lyra, Heartstrings, and Bonbon to Zecora.
But they just grabbed a bunch of stuff and just posted it on there. It could have just been Lorem Ipsum if they had really wanted it to, but
yeah. So, are like the elements of harmonies like land from Magic of the Gathering? Like I need 2 apple lands, 9 lightning lands.
I guess. I mean, that's what it's looking like. They haven't, as far as I can tell, they haven't really released too many gameplay elements, other than the fact that, like I said, it'll be based on solving problems faster than the other person. So
I hope they have a card equivalent to Chaos Confetti. That's my favorite card in Magic.
According to Allegro here, various characters have different amounts of the element currency needed to play cards. So yes, it looks like elements will be your quote-unquote land, as it were, to relate it to Magic terms. So, yeah. But it's looking like they're aiming for November 2013 to be the release date. And Gen Con is looking like the where they're going to be doing playable demos.
Mm-hmm.
And also, I had seen where someplace was already taking pre-orders on cards, and it was looking at like $10, $11 for a starter set.
You get 10% off of that if you pre-order and use a code.
Yeah, but these are just the base prices, and like. Right. The booster boxes were gonna be for like $100, and the booster packs, like 12 cards in a pack for 5 packs, was like $16 or something like that. Mm-hmm. And then there was a 2-player pack for like, I forget what it was. It was like $30 or something like that, right? So I think that was right. But yeah, I'm excited. I want to play the game, but
so you can buy cards.
I am probably going to buy cards. Yeah, Allegro's saying $3.50 for a booster pack, which is like 12 cards. So reasonably priced compared to the other trading card games in existence today. You know, think your Pokemons, your Yu-Gi-Ohs, your Magics. It might even be a little bit cheaper than Magic because, well,
Magic is expensive these days.
Yeah, Magic has always been expensive. So the thing that they're talking about, the other thing too that they announced is the collectible card game volunteer program.
I actually did submit an application.
Okay. I was wavering on it because of some of the wording in it and the fact that I don't know that I have the time to do it because of jobs and stuff like that. But
right. But I have no life, so.
the major things that they want out of a person is they want you to learn and how to play and judge the collectible card game. They need you to stay up to date with the collectible card game releases, news releases, rule updates, and overall community. They want you to like bring it out to different cons, meetups, that kind of stuff,
Right.
game stores, advanced communication, maintaining positive relationship. Pretty much shilling the product for them. Record and submit official event results online, along with a written summary of said event.
People play cards. It was kind of fun. Fun.
So, maintaining communication with Interplay and volunteer leaders regarding the status of the collectible card game organized play in the region. Encourage growth of collectible card game. Here's the one that threw me for a loop. Maintaining a professional appearance and demeanor online and offline while you represent Interplay and MLP CCG. This includes having no online ties between your name / fandom name and unsavory materials.
That's precisely why I signed up. Because of all that Darkle stuff. Also, Allegro said something very important in the chat.
Fun.
Fun.
And possibly most important, maintaining a positive, friendly attitude when interacting with players. Non-players, meetup attendees, game store customers, meetup organizers, store management, and other volunteers, and potential players. That's everyone.
What?
In your capacity as a volunteer for the MLP CCG organized play program. So, yes, if you are feeling like you would qualify for all of those, feel free to head over to enter-play.com/volunteer. I will be spending my time giving them money and questing to find, as it is, the Blue Eyes White Dragon type card so I can beat all of you noobs at the game. So, because as we all know, most people who run tournaments and judge them and stuff like that, you don't get to play. I mean, you know how to play the game and all the rules and stuff like that, but how much do you actually get to play? That kind of stuff. So I decided to not enter an application for that, but that's just me. Feel free to do that if you want. So
I did it.
Yes, you could be partners with Darkle in his area of the country to run a tournament. Next up on the old shopping block, move on to a little bit of news here about the books. We talked about them a little bit earlier, written by GM Burrow, and this is the 4th book in the series, and it's a rarity book.
Is the 3rd book out?
The 3rd book is... I think it just came out. I think it just came out, yeah. So
I checked this on Amazon.
I think it...
Rainbow Dash book.
Yeah, I think it was... Yeah, it was the Rainbow Dash one, right? Yeah.
I need to read.
And it's called Rarity in the Curious Case of Charity. And
you know what I can't wait for?
What's that?
In chapter 16, when Charity pronounces her love for Applesack.
Man, so much. I'm waiting for it, right?
Charity. Yeah, you mean Charity is an actual character in the book.
I know. I see that. It's Rarity's new apprentice.
Mm-hmm. And then she tries to copy Rarity, and then Charity falls in love with Applejack's.
Applesauce.
Applejack's new apprentice, Applesack.
Applesauce.
What's Applesack?
Well, Applesack is something that Pinky said in the Too Many Pinkies episode, but she also, my preferred misnomenclature for Applejack is applesauce.
Well, the joke I'm trying to make is a friendship in witchcraft joke.
Did I miss it? I'm sorry.
You missed it. It
went right over my head, man.
Even though they had an entire episode of Friendship is Witchcraft around Twilight's fan fiction of Charity and Applesack.
I missed it.
You missed it.
It's been so long. I haven't watched the whole series in a long time, so just the newest episode. Oh well.
So yeah, you haven't read the books?
No, I have not read the books.
The book, the person who wrote them, that
Yes.
person loved puns and the Crystal Empire.
She loves puns in the Crystal Empire?
Yes.
Okay. Are you suggesting that I should go read the books, Darkle?
Maybe.
Maybe?
Except the pun that was really bad that I really wish wasn't really canon was when Twilight was like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Cadence, my Pegasus sister-in-law.
Aww.
Yeah.
Aww.
Fun.
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 Uh, a little,
Fun.
the next, sorry, the fun is throwing me off.
Fun.
It's too much fun.
Too much fun.
So the next tidbit is something that didn't come out of Bronycon, but was released while it was happening.
Mm-hmm.
A new fan animation with original characters and such.
Quote unquote original.
Well, it is technically a character from the show with minor color changes and a name given. But
I'm saying that the character is like 50% of the original characters out there.
yeah, well, he is very brown. But it's Buttons.
Buttons.
Yay, Buttons! Buttons Adventure. It's the pilot episode, so I think it's just a couple of skits thrown together. And it's a fun little thing by Jan's Animations, and the Buttons characters voiced by Shady Vox. And but the other major character that has a voice in it is Buttons' mom, which I believe is voiced by Ellie Monty. I want to say, I can't.
You want to say a lot of things, don't you?
Yeah, you'd think that I'd have that, like right in front of me, but I don't. So, but yes, it's a fun little animation. It's by Jan's Animation. He does the Ask the Crusaders Tumblr, which has always had some great animations come out of it. He's a pretty talented guy, so give it a watch. I think it's pretty fun. What about you, Darkle? What do you think?
I've only watched about half of it, and then I was pulled away to do something else.
Oh, okay. I hear the most common complaint I hear is that Button's voice is grating.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's not too bad to me, but I could see how it would be, and I also think that maybe Shady Vox will be coming if they do more. Hopefully, he'll come into the character and kind of find the balance that's needed for a voice like that. So, yeah, that's about it for news. There are a couple more con announcements for the cons that are coming up. Always cons coming, always.
Always.
First up for Bronycon.
Can they?
Yeah, can they? Yes, they can. It's the Bronycon is the Canadian. It's the Canadian convention. So yeah, check them out. It's they announced today, well, this week, the last 2 weeks, that Rebecca Chochette and Vincent Tong will be attending. And Rebecca is the singing voice of Twilight, which we don't see at cons very much, the singing voice. But it's also special that she is the speaking voice of Sunset Shimmer. So, and Vincent Tong is the voice of Donut Joe, Garble the Dragon, and Princess Blueblood. And he took a big screen role with Flash Sentry in the Equestria Girls movie. So, 2 Equestria Girls, almost exclusive, but not quite, voice actors for Bronycon. So, if you want to check them out, they will be running their convention.
Mm-hmm.
You can buy tickets up until August 16th, but it'll be August 24th to 25th in Richmond. So it's coming up pretty soon. Get your tickets if you want to check those guys out. And also up, Andrea Libman will be joining Emerald City Comic Con, which is happening in March 2014. So that's a pretty far way out. Andrea was not at Bronycon. I believe that her and Peter New were over in Germany for Galacon, which happened the same weekend as Bronycon.
Too many cons, not enough people.
Well, Emerald City Con is a general comic con, so it's not a Brony only con. So, yeah,
Fun.
Indeed. But yeah, that brings us to the end, I think, of the news and con stuff, and I haven't really remembered anything else about BronyCon.
So it truly is the end.
It's the end of today's show, so yeah. Thanks everybody for joining us, though. I was your host, J-Brony, and with me, as always,
I'm trying to overthrow his position, Daylight Darkle.
And we'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.
Bye.